we are giving away a free Steam key to the story-based adventure game The Silent Age. In this addictive game, you assume the role of a regular, unsuspecting janitor who sees himself confronted with the daunting task to save all of mankind. Simply answer the question at the beginning of every video to be entered for the giveaway running until July 31st. You can enter as many times as you want by answering every new question in order to increase your chances. Let's get it. Question for this video is gonna be, what rarity does the card Wild Pyromancer have? And I know JJ is really bad at this, so I'm just gonna ask you, do you know it?
I'm fairly certain I do.
But you know what? You're gonna give me the answer at the end of the video because you're not gonna win any games. You're just giving them away. So we have a budget Mage deck for you because maybe you're a bit of a newer player to the game, and this is basically the deck that we're recommending for you to run in the class of Mage.
Yeah, we shown off the Budget Hunter before.
Yes.
They got a rather good reception, and this time we're actually playing on Alex's account because then people can't scream at us for being at rank 20 because apparently that's
Correct.
a bad thing.
That is a bad thing.
No, but I'm saying,
if you're gonna claim that you can climb the ladder with a deck, then you don't show it off at 20. That just makes sense. Okay, here's the deck, right? So, this comes out to a little bit under 2k dust, specifically because of the cards Primordial Glyph and Arcane Keysmith, which are the two epics in there. If you don't have them, replace them with Secret Keepers. Okay? So, to make it even more budget, so basically the core cards are all the burn cards, Fireballs, Explosive Runes, Frostballs, all very cheap Arcane Missiles. This deck is basically aiming at mowing your opponent down before they can do anything. It's called a Tempo Mage. The Tempo Mage archetype has about a 52% win rate at the moment in the current meta, which is, I feel, pretty good. This is the deck that we are going to play. Of course, there is ways to play around with that a little bit. You don't need the Mana Bind. You don't need the Keysmith, like I said. The Primordial Glyph. And one or two ways to upgrade this deck when you get more and more dust would be the Aluneth, which is the Mage's legendary weapon.
which is one of the key cards in the actual letter version of this deck.
And the Pyroblast, which is one of the greater finishers for this deck because it does 10 damage. So we're going to see what this deck can do in some action. And we have possibly a mirror.
The problem with mirror matches and budget decks is that your opponent's probably going to have the actual proper version of it.
Exactly. But, you know what, with a little bit of skill and a little bit of luck, we can probably play around that. So Amani Berserker is technically a good keep. I think we'll hold on to that.
Yeah, and everything else.
And the other stuff you can throw off.
So, the other thing is, if this is the proper version, and we can roughly stall out a bit, well, I guess if it's the proper version, it's going to burn us before it fatigues, but the thing with the Luneth is, it can very easily...
Yeah, I've won games with people fatiguing themselves, but not with this Mage. That does not happen. Do you want to Frostbolt the Mana Worm? I think we do.
Yes, I do. Definitely do.
Mm-hmm. It is a mirror match, and this guy obviously knows how to play it. He's
Golden Mage, Legend card back, everything.
He has played this a lot. Also goes to show you that this deck is valid on the ladder in the higher tiers. Rank 4 specifically, so you can definitely get places with this. Give me the Berserker.
Yes, very much.
Actually, an interesting card to be ran in the Tempo Mage specifically, because it can be pinged. Of course, it's going to commit to taking it out, which is very sensible. And Knife Juggler, which is also an interesting play in there, and the mirror images.
Yeah, definitely, specifically with the mirror images, of course, it's rather good. We don't have anything in our deck that would necessarily synergize with the Juggler that well.
Give me the Mirror Entity. You want to always play mana efficient with this stuff, so Mirror Entity is probably the best play there. If the Juggler turns out to be a problem, we can Fireball it, even though that's a bit of an overreaction.
Yeah, no, it's not going to be that much of a problem. He is right now on 3 cards.
There is to be said that there's not a lot of good stuff to be Mirror Entity in this mirror specifically.
That's true.
But Sorcerers and Arcane Intellect and Missiles.
Yeah.
Seems like okay.
Yeah, I just don't like how the Sorcerers are going to die right away, but that's cool.
That's okay. I mean, he's going to sag his Knife Juggler in there. The question is, do we?
Hey, there's a 1 in 16 chance we kill the... Well, no, there's a bit higher chance because there's 3 missiles, but still, we not gonna...
Maybe we shouldn't have.
Oh,
we did. Okay, that was good. That was a really good one.
That was a lot.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Bit of skill, bit of luck. We're getting there, man. That's probably the best mirror entity in the deck. To be fair.
I'm surprised he even runs this.
I'm not complaining about it.
Is this a temple mage or is this trying to be like
this
an
is
elemental
a temple mage. This can totally be run.
So I'm fireball?
I believe you fireball the elemental because we're kind of winning on the board right now.
Okay, so here's the deal. This is normally a rather aggressive deck.
Yeah. Give me a counter spell.
But in the mirror matchup, because of missing a Luneth, we are the slower deck probably.
In the mirror match, board control is more important when you are playing aggro versus aggro.
So yeah,
same for the odd paladin. There's odd paladin mirror matches where the face isn't being hit for like 10 turns.
Yeah, so
we do have some draw on hand. That's okay.
I guess we're playing. Is there any secret that we specifically want? I think so, right?
Explosive runes is never bad because there's not that many big minions.
Let's play Archaeologist. So basically, the idea is if you're
just push explosive runes and Cinderstorm, and there's a lot of damage to the face. We're taking the aggressive now, which is not the worst thing to do at all.
Yeah, but
you need to find answers for the board.
You always gotta know whether you're the aggressive deck or the control deck in a certain matchup. And in this matchup, at least to some degree, we're the control deck.
Even though now we are very much aggressive deck.
Of course, just because you're a control deck doesn't mean you can't push.
He constructed his deck less aggressively. Maybe a less aggressive variant of the Temple Mage.
That's true with the bonfire.
So we're kind of pushing right now because we have won the board position. We had the better cards at certain points. We had the better mulligan probably. So we're going for that.
There's the geyser.
There's a counter spell and the stuff is being disabled. That's how secrets support your push. The counter spell specifically to clear off AoE, which he doesn't have anyway, and that's gonna
There's
get
the second geyser. There goes the second flame geyser to his hand, but he can't play it this turn. He's also almost through his deck.
And we are winning.
He's like halfway through his deck.
Yeah, we are absolutely winning. Cinderstorm, and it's good. This is double lethal. So, evidently, this deck does hold some merit. And there was no better example, of course, than against the exact same deck archetype that has the winning, like the rare and epic and legendary cards in there. So, we can basically see that you can beat everything with this, even the better version of itself.
Drew not bad, but he had a Luneth early on, which is what he wanted.
He had a Luneth on 6. That's the best way to have a Luneth.
He constantly had almost a full hand,
but we had the board,
and we still won.
So, see, you can make up for not having every card in that a deck is supposed to have by knowing your matchups and knowing how to play them. And I'm not accusing this guy of not knowing his matchups. He was a legend, and he had a golden hero, so he played probably 1,000 games with this deck. At
the very least, he played 500 decks with Mage. 500 games with Mage, and he won.
He probably played a lot, so he knows what he's doing. So this is just to show you it is possible to do it. And if you're gonna have fun with this deck, you play it a lot, you have some success, climb the ladder, get better rewards, and as you do that, you'll earn dust. And as you earn dust, then you can craft the Aluneth, and you can craft the Pyroblast that you might need, or the Arcane Keysmith, the Primordial Glyph if you don't have it, whatever you want in this. So no deck that we are showing you is completely reliant on one card, and all of those seem to work fairly well, especially for the cost that they actually have. They're a lot more valuable than maybe an 8k dust deck with a 1% extra win rate, especially for beginning players. So
yeah, I mean, it's value versus price. Yeah.
So that's the Mage value / budget deck that we recommend to you. We're gonna do more of these. We're basically gonna go through every class. If you haven't checked the Hunter out, which is probably my favorite out of all of these,
definitely that's why we started with it.
That's what we started with. It's the one that I used in the very beginning to climb up those ladders, and I actually got to about this rank as well with it. Go ahead and look at that. If you feel like it, then look at all of these, and later decide which one is your favorite, and then upgrade it in whichever way we told you to with the more expensive deck.
I think we'll make a playlist off of this, which will probably be linked right about now.
Likely. Yeah, okay, good stuff, JJ. So, thank you for watching. Remember to answer the question in the beginning of the video, by the way, if you want to win a free Steam key to the Silent Age, which is a game that I highly recommend to you, on top of the Hearthstone advice.
I mean, if you're already on a budget, might as well win some free games.
Might as well win some free games. If you can't afford packs, you won't want to buy the Silent Age, but you want to play it, answer the question. It's that easy. So, yeah, we're gonna see you next time for the next budget series. Leave a like on the video if it helped you, and to keep us motivated to making these. Subscribe to not miss any of the other ones, and basically have a look at the entire series. And show the video to a friend to support the channel. And we're gonna see you next time. JJ.
That's it?
That's it.